Hi, I'm Johnny Moran,
I'm Nick Lippa.
and this is What We're Watching. Nick is a reporter for WBFO, and as part of their mental health initiative, they're going to be doing a Facebook Live this Thursday.
Yeah, this Thursday we're talking with two 22-year-olds about the rise of depression, anxiety, and suicide among youth. This is a rising issue, and one thing when we talk about reporting, we have a mental health initiative with WBFO, WNED, and one of the biggest things is that suicide coverage when it comes to the media. It talks a lot about the negative impact of suicide and why it's on the rise, and a lot of times it doesn't give you kind of that glimpse of people getting better, people getting treatment, people talking about this issue.
Now, the Facebook Live coming up on Thursday is called Living with Mental Illness at 22. So you're going to be talking to two 22-year-olds who have been through a lot, I assume.
They're peer advocates, Caitlin and Juliana, and yes, they've dealt with mental health issues, but they're also helping others with these problems as well. So the best thing we can do is talk about it, and that's what this event is going to be about, talking about these issues, getting in front, and hopefully having an active conversation with the community.
So how do these young people become advocates?
Well, they're working with the mental health advocates of Western New York, and that's how they get involved, and they work with people who, when they were younger, were dealing with these issues. Now they're helping other people who are dealing with these issues at younger ages. Again, suicide is a serious problem, and it's on the rise, especially with teenagers. There's a lot of factors that just weren't there 20 to 30 years ago, social media included. There's a lot to dig into, and we'll have a lot to talk about, and I'm excited to have this conversation with them moving forward.
It's really great that they're willing to share their experiences to such a broad audience, and hopefully that helps other people who are struggling, feel that they're not so alone.
This is not an easy subject to talk about. This is something that takes a lot of courage because of the stigma that has come along with mental health. However, we're recognizing it, we're talking about it, and hopefully the more we talk about it, the more people feel open to share their feelings and what they're going through.
I think their age is a really important factor in this too, because they've gone through school, they've graduated high school, and now I assume, that they're kind of out there in the real world and for the first time probably really dealing with these things kind of on their own.
Yeah, it's never easy to be able to speak with somebody on a public platform when you're talking about minors, right? We're talking about people who are ages anywhere from 11 to 16, 17 a lot of the time. It's not like you could just bring them in to a studio and talk with them. These are people that have recently been in that position as a 15-year-old, a 16-year-old. They've gone through these experiences. They've had their battles with different mental health ailments. They can help a younger generation that's below them.
I'm sure that this is something that parents will be interested in too, because it must be incredibly difficult to deal with that when you're watching your children go through this and you're thinking, I don't know how to relate.
One of the biggest aspects of this is we're going to have two 22-year-olds with us. It's a generational thing. When you're talking about a 42-year-old mother, there's things that she just can't relate to or understand that a current generation of teenagers may be going through. And that is a huge problem. The only way you're going to be able to understand is by listening. And that's why having a conversation about these issues is so important.
You're not going to want to miss this. Thursday at 6 p.m., go to WBFO's Facebook page where Nick is going to go live with these advocates. It's such an important conversation. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week.